Hey, welcome back to Evil's Comics. I'm Evil Mike, and I have another review for you from Image Comics. This is Rogues Gallery, issue number 2. It is written by Hannah Rose May and Declan Slavely. Art by Justin Mason. We got colors by Triona Farrell, and then letters by Hassan Otsmane-Elhaou. I'm sorry if I mispronounce any of those names, or I always try and do my best, but let's get into it. This issue went down a little different than I thought it was going to happen. The first issue, was pretty much the setup of the book. We found out, it was all based around this TV character that this actress plays. It's like a comic that got made into a show. There's some fans that aren't really liking how the show is turning out, and now they're planning on robbing and possibly beating the crap out of this girl at her house, who is the actress who plays the main character on the show. This issue kind of gave us, what went down like during the first issue, but with Maisie Wade, the main character's side of the story, and that's pretty much what it is. It starts off just like the first issue does, with them and within the show. And basically Maisie in this episode is just shooting an episode of the show. It ends with her getting punched in the face by a stunt double. It's kind of where it ends the shoot, and you find out that it's all set and everything. The stunt double is instantly like, he feels bad, and he wasn't really meant to punch her. She's kind of a different type of badass. Like, she's used to this kind of entry on set, and she kind of, states that it's not broken, and kind of, just basically like gets back to work, brushes it off, says it's just blood, and wipes it off, and then does the whole shoot all over again. They kind of mentioned that she's like and they were filming like a season finale. I think it's the 8th season finale of the show, and basically they kind of mention, and they're kind of talking about it here, some of our other cast members, about how like every season finale there's some kind of like curse or something, because she's broken her arm before and other injuries on previous season finales. Like, she's literally given her blood and breaking her bones for this show kind of thing. The first issue, it was set up that this actress that plays their hero, their main character, and the reason they hate her is because she's a snob. She's just all about the money. One of the things that it pissed her off is she was able to buy the first issue that was signed of this comic, and it's supposed to be something relative to like, the first appearance of Spider-Man or Captain America or something like that. It's a very pricey and hard to get. They mention in this book that there's only 3 in existence that have been slabbed, and only 1 that has been signed, and that's the one that she was able to buy. This issue kind of paints a whole different picture. It kind of puts a more human side to the actress, because like fans, that's all they know is the actress side, what you get to see in interviews, or her acting skills in the show and stuff. But do we really know these famous people, who they are, what they go through on a daily basis, stuff like that? So we do find out that she has I don't think they're married, but they are, she does have a lover that's at home with her, that lives with her. She is taking birth control, and they kind of showcase that. I don't know the reasoning for it yet, but they do kind of highlight it like 2 or 3 times during the book. They kind of mention some other things about how she's just, stressed about the show. This is another one of her friends. It's also like a co-makeup artist or whatever, and they're kind of talking about how she took the hit. She's also like an assistant too, and she's the one that delivers the book. They kind of show her man cave, showing that she's, even though she plays, the main character on Rogues Gallery or whatever, she still is a super uber fan, and that's why she ended up buying the book. It's in like glass clay surrounded, but it's pretty cool, like man cave. It's got all this stuff from the comics and the show. She's even got like, her different stuff that she wore for the show. But they show some other stuff that she physically trains, outside of the show, and trains for the show, and she's supposedly a badass, like, being able to, like wear down her trainer after an hour of sparring together. They do show some other stuff, like she posts the comic on social media feeds, and they show like reactions to fans, and there's basically like one or two good comments, but basically a whole bunch of trolls and stuff, and hateful comments on like her posts and stuff like that. Oh, she's rich, and yada yada yada. They show other scenes as well, like when she goes out in public just to do regular errands, how the paparazzi and stuff bothers her and stuff like that. They go into this whole thing where she spends a lot of time like looking at the social media feeds, and it's not just the same feeds. They show us her looking at different feeds and stuff like that to get different perspectives, but she's not just looking at one review or something. She's looking at several different, but it's always kind of the same thing with a whole bunch of hate, maybe one or two good people out there, but the rest of them just trolls. But they do show us that it's getting in her head. She's reading all this other stuff, like tabloid stuff, the comments, stuff like that. She really cares what the fans think about her, kind of thing. And it's aggravating because she's literally giving her blood for the show, but yet she's still not appeasing to the general mass of the fans of the show or the comic per se. Eventually there's a whole like where you kind of get this feeling, but it does come to a head where she's eventually filming the season finale, and basically that they were already talking about changing her outfit to a more sexy one, something she wasn't very comfortable with, making the show a lot more different than the comic kind of thing, and she wasn't happy about that, stating that the fans would definitely not be happy with that, and the executives were just like, they'll tune in for whatever, and Macy's just not happy with it. Eventually she does quit on set, goes back home, tells her lover, and the lover of course is sympathetic and telling her, hey, you've been in prison for years, you're finally free. They do show her the next couple days when the news finally hits the media sources, and then she's kind of going through all this stuff, and it's just nothing but negative stuff. All these people jumping up to conclusions on why she quit the show. It's based on money, or her husband was beating her, didn't like her on the show. They even go into stating that fans start dox praking her and sending like SWAT pranks where they SWAT her house and that kind of stuff. Eventually she does find out that the show, after she leaves, just basically tanks and cancels, and I think most people would be like, hey, that's a good thing. Like, she left under bad terms, but bad terms to what she was seeing. But usually in that situation, like finding out the thing that you left on bad terms is, and then it eventually fails, it'd be a good thing. In this book, for some reason, it makes her sad. She ends up, and I think it's due to her being a fan, a fan of the comic and the show, trying to do it justice, and finding out after she leaves, not only did the views go down, but it also got canceled shortly after. At the very end, they do set up the first issue right here with Macy Wade and her lover going on a date night, and they show the group that's heading to her house to rob and beat her, kind of thing. But they do show that the first and second issue finally kind of coexist, and at the end of it, they just show that it's basically that same scene they show at the very end of the first issue, and it looks like we'll finally get to see that now that we've caught up with both sides of the story, because the first side was the fan side, the criminal element. This side, we got to know Macy a little more and stuff, and it wasn't just their side of the story. We got to see her side, which in my opinion humanized her a lot more than what the first book showed. It wasn't where I thought the book was going to go, but nonetheless it was still a great read. But hey, that's my review on Rogues Gallery issue number 2. I highly suggest picking it up if you haven't already. But that's my review. Like it or leave it, I don't know. But please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. I do love all the comments and stuff, especially engaging comments. Let me know if you read this book, after hearing the review, does it sound like something you'd pick up, that kind of stuff. But hey, I'll let y'all go. That's my review. I hopefully got some more coming, and I will see y'all soon.